Hey, so today I'm going to show you how to integrate Flodesk into your Squarespace site. So I'm using two of my favorite tools. I've been using Flodesk and for a good couple of years. I've been using Squarespace for, I don't even want to talk about it, like six. So let's show you a couple of things. First, let's start over here in Flodesk. So you have three different types of forms you can create. You have pop-ups, and these will pop up onto your site. You have inline forms, and that's what will live embedded inline on your page. And I use these often in footers or for, say, free resources sections. And then you have full page, and these typically you would use a link to. So this is a link. This is essentially what people call a landing page, right? So you have a landing page, and Flodesk has all these beautiful templates for all of the above, right? Really, really handy. And if you don't know already, they're doing even more with the landing page side of things soon. They're beta testing it in the US right now. And so Flodesk Checkout, which is a whole sales system is coming really soon. So keep an eye out. I cannot wait to do a tutorial on that one. All right. So how do we put these onto our website? So it's different for each one. So let's start with a pop-up. Let's do a test pop-up. So let's just put in newsletter and say, all right. So I'm just literally going to pop in some really simple images here. I'm just literally just going to pop in random images here. We're not going to do too much customization in this video, but there's so much you can do if you're looking to changing the colors. I'm not going to worry about my fonts and stuff, but I'm going to change these to my brand colors a little bit there. And you can decide if you want people to be able to sign up for their preferences on the pop-up, if you want the image to show up on mobile. You can decide if you want there to be a background of the canvas color, so that there. Obviously it looks better white or gray maybe. Play around with it so that it's all on brand for you. And you can decide even if you want the background of the pop-up to be a specific color. You can see it's made it semi-transparent. So let's go with that. That's semi on brand for me. Obviously, I'd want to fine tune that. You can also customize the message. So I'm just going to say, thanks, keep an update on your inbox. There's a lot of settings about if you want to have a double opt-in, when you want the pop-up to be displayed. I'm going to say 30%. In this case, should we show it to people who've already subscribed? We're going to say no, because we don't want to annoy them. Okay, and then do you want to be notified? I don't need a notification every time someone subscribes, but maybe you do because it's for a specific offer and you're really keeping track. Okay, and then if you want to redirect them to a URL or if you want to display that success message we just picked. All right, so I'm going to display the success message. Hit continue, and this is what you need. So once you've designed the whole form, you grab this bit of code. So I am going to show you. So let's go ahead and hit save here. And I've got a pop-up on my site already, not through Flodesk, but through Interact for a quiz. So if you go to settings and you go, it's going to be under my little face here, to advanced and go to code injection. And you go to this heading section, and you can see I have way too much code in my site. There's actually a couple things that I need to take out now. But you can see I have a quiz pop-up. Go ahead and you can paste this code. And I'm going to name it. So I'm going to put in just a little bit of other code here so I can keep it clear and keep it separate. Okay, and then you can see that the code has gone live again. So I'm going to save that. And now if I go to a page and scroll 30%, it should pop up. There we go. There it is right there. All right, so that's the first one. So that's how you embed a pop-up into Squarespace. And I'm going to take that out because I do not want to annoy people with multiple pop-ups. That is not something that I'm all about here. All right, but I do have another thing I want to do to my site later. Okay, and then moving on to how to embed an inline form into your site. So let's go back to Squarespace's forms, or sorry, Flodesk's forms. See, and I'm going to put test after this for our references. We're going to create another new form, and we're going to do this one as an inline form. And there's lots of really pretty ones, but let's do this one. I'm just going to do newsletter again for the segment. And we're just going to pop in and do a quick brand job. I'm not going to make sure that's this way. You can do all kinds of stuff that way, but I don't want to deal too much with like another background color because, oh, that's not terrible. Okay, so let's do that. And then you want to make sure this is really readable. So the font on that, the color is just not. So there we go. And I won't worry about branding it too much else. Again, I would change the font. I would probably make this a slightly smaller size, make it all on brand, and make it a little less garish for my personal brand. Okay, which is very clean and minimal. And then I'm not going to do a double opt-in personally. I'm not going to be notified. And then this is how you do an inline one. So you need to copy the header code again, and it goes in the same place. So let's go back and go. It goes to settings, advanced, code injection. And this one you only have to do once. So for all of your Flodesk forms, you will only have one. So you can see I already have right up here my Flodesk inline code. But if I were to paste this in, it'd be exactly the same code again, pretty much, unless they've updated it at all. And that just keeps everything clean. So actually, I'm just going to update this because I've had this code in my site for a good long time. So having their newer version would probably be good. And so popping that into the header section, and you can see I've named it again. And then that essentially tells Squarespace where to look for this, which is the rest of the code. So let's go to where I want to put the code on my site. And I have a specific page for these fun tutorials that I call Sandbox. And so let's add a section. I'm going to add a blank section, and I'm going to add code. There's a code block right here. And if you can't find it, you can always hit search and go to code. And that pops it in. And we're going to delete all of that and pop in the new code. And it will say script disabled. That's normal. Squarespace only shows the code when you're not in edit mode. Let's go ahead and hit save. And there it is, live on my site. And that would be how people could see it. And obviously I have this set to its own page, sort of like a landing page, but I could put this in the middle of my homepage or whatever. You can see on my own site, this is a Flodesk block right here, this little one. And then I have on my for another example, on my own old freebie page, which that is also a Flodesk block right there. So there's loads of ways to use it. Finally, what do we do when we want a landing page? So creating a quick landing page, we're just going to go to full page, and we're just going to pick this one. We're going to put it to newsletter again, and we're going to do a quick brand job, right? Just like we did before. So I'm going to actually use the gold on this one, and I'll use the burgundy on the bit that has text behind it, and I'll make all the text, if we can. Okay, well, apparently I would have to change it one by one, so I'm probably not going to do that because that takes, that was quick enough. Okay, there we go. So and you will need to change it on all of this, which I'm not going to do. All right, so, but then once you get it all done, you can again go through all the settings about how you want the form to function for you. And then you can share it. So you can go ahead and copy this link. You can share it in your link in bio type page that you create on your own website, which I have a tutorial about. Or you can, what I would do is in Squarespace, so I will show you mine actually. You can put it on any button, anywhere on your Squarespace site, anywhere. But I'm going to put it in my own link in bio page. So this is what people see when they go from Instagram. And I'm going to go ahead and delete that button because it's no longer relevant. My sale is over. And put in a button. Mine are set to be all the same size when I use a secondary button. And say sign up for blah, blah, blah here. And then you can pop that link in. Depending on if you want them to stay on your site or not, depending on how the button functions, you can set it to open in a new tab or window. And that's that. So I'm going to delete that again and then the last thing I want to say is if you're sharing, say, this landing page across social media or in messages or in WhatsApp, you're going to want to edit this link preview. And this shows the way people see it. So obviously right now, Flodesk has like a little bit of a weird thing where they promote themselves. So you want to change that. You want to make sure the image is the same image you chose for the landing page. You want to make sure that the title describes what the landing page is about. So sign up for blah, blah, like we just did. And then a short description about why they should sign up. And that way, when people get that little link preview, wherever you've shared that link, it's branded and on point, and it isn't just promoting Flodesk for no reason. So that is how you use Flodesk with Squarespace. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'll make sure to answer.